AITA for getting my coworker fired after she ruined my engagement party. Hi Reddit, buckle up, because this is a long one. I, 29F, work in a mid-sized marketing firm, and up until a few months ago, I thought I had a good thing going. I liked my job, I had decent coworkers, and I was finally starting to feel like all the years of slogging through unpaid internships and late-night projects were paying off. But there's one coworker, let's call her Tara, 32F. Tara has always rubbed me the wrong way. She's the type of person who thrives on being the center of attention. She dresses like she's constantly on a runway, interrupts people in meetings, and loves to brag about how indispensable she is to the company. To be fair, she's good at her job, but she's also manipulative as hell. Now enter my fiancé, Mark, 31M. We've been together for 4 years, engaged for 6 months, and we planned an engagement party at a local restaurant to celebrate with friends, family, and a few close colleagues. Nothing huge, just around 50 people. I was so excited. I even bought a new dress and spent weeks planning the details. Here, where the nightmare starts. At work, I tried to keep my personal life separate, but of course people knew I was engaged. Most coworkers were happy for me, except Tara. She kept making snide remarks like, "Oh, another office engagement. Let's see how long this one lasts." Or, "Mark must have low standards if he's okay with someone who works 60-hour weeks." It stung, but I brushed it off. Fast forward to the week of the engagement party. Tara corners me in the break room and says, "So, I heard your little shindig is this Saturday. Must be nice to celebrate mediocrity." I laughed it off, but something about the way she said it made me uneasy. The night of the party, everything was going perfectly. My parents flew in, Mark's family was there, and even my boss showed up with a bottle of champagne. For once, I felt like my hard work, both professionally and personally, was paying off. Then Tara arrived. I hadn't actually invited her, but I guess she heard about it through office gossip. She walked in wearing a floor-length white dress. Yes, to my engagement party. People immediately whispered, but she acted like nothing was wrong. She beelined straight for my boss and started loudly talking about how stressed she was because she'd just gotten out of a very serious relationship and was still reeling from the heartbreak. Keep in mind, Tara has never mentioned this supposed relationship before. Then, as if on cue, she pulls out her phone and starts showing pictures of herself with some random guy, dramatically sighing about how love always slips through her fingers. She literally hijacked the entire mood of my engagement party to make herself the tragic heroine. I tried to ignore it, but then she did the unthinkable. During the toast, my fiancé's toast, she stood up and interrupted him to say, "You know, relationships are fragile. You two should be careful not to end up like me." The room went dead silent. My fiancé looked like he wanted the floor to swallow him. My mom's jaw actually dropped. I wanted to scream. But it gets worse. About an hour later, I went to the restroom, and when I came back, Tara was sitting at my table in my seat, next to my fiancé, with her hand on his arm. She was giggling and whispering something to him. I saw red. I pulled her aside and told her to leave. She smirked and said, "Relax, I'm just having fun. Don't be such a jealous fiancé." I lost it. I told her she was pathetic, attention-starved, and not welcome. She finally left, but the damage was done. Half the guests were whispering, and the whole night ended on a sour note. I cried in the car afterward. The next week at work, Tara acted like nothing happened. In fact, she doubled down. She started spreading rumors around the office that my fiancé had flirted with her and that I was insecure. People actually started giving me side eyes, like maybe she was telling the truth. That was the breaking point. I went to HR with everything. I gave them screenshots of her texts. She had sent me a few mocking ones after the party, and I explained the entire situation. HR launched an investigation. Turns out, I wasn't the only one she had harassed. Another coworker had filed a complaint months earlier about Tara sabotaging her work projects. Within 2 weeks, Tara was fired. Now here, where I might be the asshole. After she got fired, she started blowing up my phone with messages saying I ruined her life and that she only wanted to be friends. My mom, who is way too forgiving, even suggested that maybe I overreacted and should have just ignored her. Some coworkers have also implied that I was cold for not just brushing it off. So, Reddit. AITA for going to HR and ultimately getting Tara fired after she ruined my engagement party. Update. Wow, I didn't expect so many responses, and honestly, I needed them. Thank you to everyone who weighed in. So a lot has happened since my original post. First off, Tara has not gone quietly. She's been posting vague rants on LinkedIn, yes, LinkedIn of all places, about toxic coworkers who destroy others out of jealousy. Several people from my industry saw it, but thankfully, most know her reputation and aren't taking her seriously. HR confirmed to me privately that she was already on thin ice before my complaint. Apparently, she had a long history of stirring up drama, and my situation was just the final straw. So while I may have been the catalyst, she dug her own grave. As for my engagement party fallout, my fiancé has been amazing. He reassured me that Tara's behavior only made him more protective of me, and that if anything, it solidified how much he doesn't want drama in our marriage. We even joked that at least we got our crazy story out of the way early. My parents, mixed bag. My dad thinks I did the right thing. My mom still insists I should have been the bigger person, but she's slowly coming around after seeing Tara's unhinged social media posts. And the cherry on top, a week after she was fired, I got a message from an ex-coworker who said Tara had applied at their company and used me as a reference. As if I didn't respond. At the end of the day, I don't feel guilty anymore. Tara wasn't just a nuisance, she was toxic. And if she was willing to sabotage my engagement party, who knows what else she would have done down the line. So no, I don't think I'm the asshole. I think I finally drew a boundary that should have been drawn a long time ago.